All right, breaking news. The Titans have agreed to trade nose tackle Tavondre Sweat to the Jets for defensive end Jermaine Johnson. Robert Saleh gets one of his edge rushers out of Florham Park to relocate to Nashville. So let's break down the trade with ESPN's Titans beat writer Turron Davenport, who's actually out in Indianapolis for the Combine. Turron, appreciate you making yourself available for us with this breaking news, man. It's the first big breaking business out of the Combine. So let's break this down from a Jets point of view first. Who exactly is Tavondre Sweat? Like, what are the Jets getting?
Yeah, the Jets are getting a really good player in Tavondre Sweat. He's more of like that two-gapper, occupying two blockers, that type of thing, a really good run defender. But the main thing for Tavondre Sweat is just taking things a little more personally. And I talked to him at Locker Cleanout. He said that one of the things he was going to do this offseason was work with Jeffrey Simmons, drop some of his weight, become a more agile player just from a pass rushing perspective. And I think that's the big thing. But, I mean, he's very athletic. He's a guy that has a tremendous bull rush. You saw all the pressures he got at Texas. It just kind of didn't work out from a scheme fit with the Titans. And now, he's able to get Jermaine Johnson. And I think Johnson, will help solve that edge issue that the Titans have.
When it comes to Sweat, do you think he can replace the production of a Quinnen Williams, or is he a guy that you may need to pair up with someone like he was paired up with Jeffrey Simmons down in Tennessee?
I mean, it's tough to put the Quinnen Williams tag on him. Quinnen Williams is one of the top 5 D tackles in the game, so
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to do that. But I think T. Sweat is a guy that can, on his own, make things happen. But like I said, it's just all about him taking things a little more seriously, dialing in more, and he has to cut down his weight a little bit, his conditioning, and be able to, go a full season. He missed 5 games this past year. That cost him some, but when he's on the field, he's a guy that's going to stop the run. That's the big thing about him.
And you talk about cutting down that weight. I say that to myself every day, and I'm not in the NFL anymore, man. No dad bod in the summer this season. But all right, let's talk about things from a Titans standpoint. Saleh obviously gets his guy. He's traded for his guy, Jermaine Johnson. Yeah. He's coming off of a down season, his first season back from that Achilles injury. Like, how important was it for Saleh and the Titans to get an edge rusher like Jermaine Johnson on that defense?
Yeah, I think when you look at Jermaine Johnson, he's a guy that brings power on the edge. He sets it really well against the run. They are pretty weak from that perspective, the Titans, as far as edge defenders. Ruben Bain is a guy they obviously like, and, I mean, he could be the pick at 2 or he could be the pick at 4. But I think when you look at this, it allows them, if they want to go with who I feel is the best pass rusher in the draft, and David Bailey, they could do that because they have that heavy edge, in Johnson now. But, I mean, if you look at Bailey, Brandon, I mean, this guy, his get-off is crazy. But the thing I really like about Bailey is he has that counter, too, where he could spin back inside, and he'll give you power. Watch the ASU game. He definitely, showed a full display there, a couple sacks. So I think it gives them a little bit more flexibility as far as, like, if they want to go with a pure pass rusher, they could do that.
Okay, so outside of that 4th overall pick going to an edge or a pure pass rusher, bringing in Jermaine Johnson, does that change things up for what the Titans could possibly do in terms of going with maybe someone for the secondary or someone on the offensive side of the ball? Does Jermaine Johnson fill that void on the edge?
Yeah, he helps fill the void on the edge, but as you know, you can never – I mean, you played on a team that had a whole bunch of pass rushers, and you can never have too many edge guys. So I think when you look at that, they could still pick a Bain, a Bailey, you know what I mean? But one of the other things you got to consider is going running back at 4. And I'm not even going to say running back. I'm going to say playmaker, because you look at Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. Look, man, you could motion him into the slot and have him run routes there. You can send him on jet motion, run the sweep, and then run counter off of it. He's a home run hitter. And one of the things I asked Robert Saleh and Mike Paganzi about the running back position and going that way in top 5. And they mentioned Jahmyr Gibbs, and they talked about how, there's a comp there as far as a home run hitter and also being a 3-down back. So don't rule out Jeremiah Love. I doubt they go receiver at 4. I think you look at, the Brian Daboll and what he does. A lot of times you have a slot receiver that has to be dominant, and Mekhi Lemon fits that bill, but I don't think they go receiver at 4.
Lastly, were you surprised at this trade? Like, are you surprised that Robert Saleh got straight to the business so fast into his tenure?
Now, you know how it is, man. Coaches, they go to a different place and they have their guys that they like, and that's pretty much what happened. And I think you look at T'Vondre Sweat, he wasn't, again, necessarily a fit in that defense, and they get a guy. I personally just hope that this is something that's kind of like a kick in the behind to Sweat and makes him, take things a little more personally, as I said. But it doesn't surprise me that they made the trade.
Very interesting, man. Enjoy Indy, and once again, appreciate you making yourself available to talk and break down this trade, man.
Yeah, for sure. And look, since we're in New York, let's go Mets. I'll be up
Yes,
there for the home
go
opener.
Mets. Let's go. We're
Yeah,
going to a Mets game, man. When you come out here, we're going to a Mets
yeah,
game.
for sure. Let me know. I got you.
All right.